We have our next in-studio guest. Welcome Francisco O'Connell, CPA from a company called MGO. Welcome.
Thank you very much. We're proud to be here.
Great. And you have Lauren with you too.
Yes, I have Lauren. Introduce yourself.
Great. Good morning. I'm Lauren Howard.
Great. Thanks. So tell us a little bit about MGO. What in specific does your firm specialize in?
Okay. Our firm is one of the top 100 national firms in the country. And, we're passionate about servicing people, and we specialize in defense contractor, aerospace industry, state and local government, non-for-profit, and manufacturing and distribution.
Yeah. So you do a lot of 501c3 work, nonprofits?
We do quite a few across the state. And, our passion is really help the people, mid-sized businesses, explore the possibilities from an accounting and tax perspective to grow their business.
Interesting. Well, I want to clarify something on air, because we talk to so many different people and we get so many different ideas. Tell us what you mean by a mid-sized business.
When we talk about mid-size, we focus on companies growing between $2 to $100 million.
Okay. See, that's why I bring that out, is because some people don't realize that $100 million can still be a mid-sized business.
I know, right?
Nor can $2 million be, in that line. So,
yeah.
One of the key issues, the CPA firms across the country are known for a lot of, let's say, tax planning at the year end and tax preparation and what have you. But one of the things that I spotted that you do that intrigues me is you do a lot of tax strategizing as well. So.
Yes, and we own our trade, and part of that is not just going and doing the regular compliance, doing an audit report, doing a tax return, but also being proactive when the clients need to. In that way, they don't have any surprises. So we want to provide that peace of mind, and that goes beyond just tax planning. We also do revenue operations review. We do forensic accounting, fraud prevention. So we have different industries that we're trying to be proactive. So we want to be kind of like an insurance company before things happen, not after the fact.
Is that how you help businesses grow? Because when I think of tax, services, I just think of helping businesses save what they have to pay the government. I don't think in terms of tax services helping a business grow.
And that is correct. When we're looking at business growth, we look how their strategy aligns with their business. And it's not so much on the tax return, which is at the end of the year after the fact, versus planning with the owners. Are they starting a new line of business? Are they cannibalizing in their own revenue with other product lines? Are they expanding to new territories outside of the state? What are they trying to accomplish? And we align those goals with the owners of the business.
I assume you have to work with a lot of different other disciplines in the financial service business. You get a lot of work with financial planners and other attorneys and what have you?
Yes. A lot of the work that we do is we always find that, we cannot be jack of all trades. We want to only be good at being an accountant. And we partner with many specialists, lawyers, bankers, and financial planners to find solutions for our clients.
Interesting. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Give us a tweet at Close Up SD. Email me at barry@closeupsandiego.com or find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with Andrea Kay and Urban Miaris, and our guest is Francisco O'Connell with Lauren Howard from MGO. Is that pronounced MGO LLP or just MGO?
We usually go by MGO. We took the initials of our founding partners, and it's easier to pronounce too.
Well, I can imagine. So, and I'm going to leave that one alone before I get in trouble.
Yes.
So
now, Lauren, what do you do at the firm?
At the firm, I work with primarily our advisory services. So I'm one of our senior consultants at MGO.
Okay. So tell us what do you mean by advisory services at MGO?
So we do tax assurance, and then we also have an advisory section. And we, primarily for me, I work with the operations aspect of the different, companies that we are engaged to work with. And we look for process improvement, operational efficiencies, different things like that to bring more value to our clients besides just financial or tax.
Right.
But more of a.
It sounds like there's a lot of added services that go there that you can't pick up with your typical your small local one-man CPA firm. That a correct assumption?
Yes, and a lot of times what we do is, we come as a support system to the owners of the operation. Can we improve a process based on our experience looking at big, large firms that we can implement and help the companies move forward? Because somebody might not have the ability to do it internally. Some of the items that Lauren also focuses is outsourcing internal audit. Let's say a company is not large enough to have an internal audit department like a non-for-profit. We go out there and be part of the team, because to hire one person, it might cost, like, let's say average salary is $80,000. That only gives them a bandwidth of one person, versus for at least $50,000 to $70,000, they can get a full team of people that will go and ensure that their operations are sound and they're getting right information beforehand, quarterly, on a timely basis, to make decisions and move the company forward. A byproduct of that is finding best practices, streamlining processes, and as such, growing their revenues. Even though non-for-profits, they don't have revenues. But
with all the services you do you also help or advise the client with expansion, public offerings, franchising, as an example?
So not so much franchising, but we have experience doing bond offerings and raising capital. We are we're very recognized in the New York market in raising capital for different entities.
Great. And let's talk a little bit about, we briefly mentioned that you deal with things like forensics and dealing with fraud. I think most people kind of avoid those type of subjects. So tell us what you do and how that works within your firm.
Well, we have two services, and we can come from the part of litigation support that's after the fact. Something took place. We partner with lawyers or financial advisors, and they bring us in, and we help them through the case, building the case, collecting the information, establishing predication that fraud really took place. On the forefront, before things happen, we do a risk assessment, and we ensure that we can mitigate the risk depending on the control environment and inherent risk of any of the industries. If it's a cash-heavy industry, there's more likely that somebody will be tempted to take it away versus trying to move away a building that is not possible. So,
interesting. And do you get pulled into the forensic accounting services, like in divorce and what have you?
We usually can help about it, but that's not our primary focus right now. We want to go in before there's any type of dispute and help them establish the clear lines and divide the business in a peaceful way.
Yeah. Now, you guys actually have quite a few offices here in California, correct?
Yes, we have 7 offices in California.
Okay.
We're about 300 employees statewide.
Okay. And you're the director for San Diego and Del Mar, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how much of your time is managing the operations and the people versus actually hands-on with the clients?
I say it's about 50-50. 50% of my time is running the operation, making sure that we have the right resources for the clients. The other 50% is servicing clients in the field. In that way, I keep my touch with the clients and the relationships that we have.
What's harder, dealing with the clients or your employees?
I see
Be careful, they might listen tonight,
yes.
Francisco.
I think it's more the opportunity. It's kind of exciting to go at the client and see how they successful complete stages in their life, and we have been there with them, supporting them along the way. I think with the staff is so important. Lauren and I, we have a relationship that goes back many years. And how do we create a mentor program? Me being a parent and having kids and girls, I want to see people succeed in the work environment. And we have a very diverse workforce that we're establishing their career, but it's also how does that align with their personal goals? Like I told Lauren, say, you want to own a house, you want to get married, you don't want to get married. Well, where you want to go, not just is about the numbers and do you want to do audit, tax, or consulting. What do you want to accomplish as an employee in your career, in your personal level? and we align the two of them.
It's interesting. You don't see that happen often.
No.
You know, you don't see firms, especially not accounting firms that are, you know, I mean, most
people-oriented.
Yeah, people-oriented. Most accounting firms are sitting there, and you know, you take a breather from whatever October, November into you know February, and every other time, you know, you have no time for anything. You know, so for you to spend the time to deal with internally and your clients, I think is wonderful. So we're starting to run short on time. Tell our listeners how they find out more about MGO.
If you want to find more about MGO, you can go to www.mgocpa.com. Again, it's www.mgocpa.com.
Great. And you're located,
we are in Del Mar,
okay,
off of El Camino, and our phone number is 858-792-2210.
Great. Well, I look forward to doing the follow-up. This is like, you know, I'm a financial planner, so this is like one of my favorite shows.
It's like me going to a cupcakery.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's like sitting Eve next to Urban, you know, forget that.
Exactly. It just fits. It's like
anyway,
slippers.
Hey, thanks for being with us. I look forward to the follow-up and see how we can carry your story forward.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you.
This is Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Send us a tweet at CloseUpSD or just find our page on Facebook. You can always email me at Barry@CloseUpSanDiego.com. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.